It's used in past continuous. It's used in with singular and plural separately. And for the hint, remember, whichever helping verb is taking s in the end, it will be used with singular. He, she, it, any singular name will come with has. I, we, you, they, any plurals will come with have. I is an exception here, all right? Have you ever seen I has? No, right? Easy. So you don't have to feel confused that, okay, I is a subject, he's a subject. Why is it a subject? Now you know why is it a subject and you know in what conditions.
Welcome to Uninterrupted, where communication means no interruption.
Hello everyone, my name is Hina. Welcome to Uninterrupted and we are meeting again, right? So today also we'll continue the topic that we were discussing last time. What was the topic last time? We were talking about helping verbs. We started with tenses, we understood a bit about tenses, we then started talking about helping verbs. So I will cover all the helping verbs for you and then you will see the magic that you already know the tenses because you know helping verbs. We had a deal, right? But before that, what do you have to do? You have to like, share and subscribe because I'm gonna come back again, right? Yes, and this is your favorite topic on special demand. So let's just go back a bit. I told you that there are time zones of tenses. There's present, there's past, there's future, right? And these time zones are divided in 12 other time zones. Like there's simple present, continuous, perfect, perfect continuous. We'll come to that later, don't worry, I'll explain you each and every tense. But I'm taking you back because today I'm gonna teach you about was and were. So when I talk about was and were, where is it used? It is used in the past time zone. Some actions that are finished, that are done, we don't have anything to do with those actions now. Something that was done in past, I used was, right? You see, that is why was and were is used in past actions. But when in past actions? Because Hina, you told us that there are different time zones even in present, past and future. Like name of the tenses, right? So there is simple past, there is continuous, perfect, perfect. So when do we use was and were? We use was and were in past continuous. Yes. What is past continuous? The name is explaining it to you. Past continuous, something that was continuing in past. For example, you called me yesterday. That time I was doing something. Some work was continuously happening in that time when you called me. So I was writing something when you called me. I was watching a movie. Was. I have used was, right? Because the movie, the action of watching a movie was continuously happening when? Past. In past. So that is when we use was and were. When we are talking about actions that were continuously happening, but when? The time is gone. That past continuous. Alright? Now when we talk about past continuous, actions happening in past continuous, how do we use these? What are the pronouns, or I would say subject, that we use these with? Take any guesses, think about it. And where do we use these? Like I, we, you, they, he, she, it. So was is used with singular. Whichever helping verb is taking s in the end will be used with singular. That is the hint I'm giving you. All right. So was is used with singular. That means he was one girl. I'm alone, right? I'm single. I was. He was. She was. Then there's one thing. It was. You can say it was, right? Then you can also say some name. Hina was. right? So that means singular with was and plural with were. That means you were. Where were you? You were dancing when I called you. You were going there when I called you. They were more than two people, right? We were. We means someone else other than me also, or maybe others. More people, more than two, right? So with plural, we use were. As simple as that. It's used in past continuous. It's used in with singular and plural separately. And for the hint, remember, whichever helping verb is taking s in the end, it will be used with singular. All right. So, but of course, there's a catch. There's a moment when we use I and were together. If I were a bird, I would fly. I'm not saying if I was a bird. These are the cases of hypothetical. Hypothetical means imaginary sentences. Can I be a bird? Was I ever a bird? That's not possible, right? That is just in my imagination. So when we talk about imaginary sentences like if I were a bird, I'm using I and were together. They are again conditionals and all different together, topic together. I don't want to feel you confused. So don't worry. Just remember that if you ever see I with were, think about the hypothetical sentences, or else I will always take was. Okay? Now, after was, were, I'm going to tell you about has and have. Has and have usage. These are also helping verbs, very useful, used in certain time zone with different singular and plural pronouns or subjects. And I'll also teach you subject. What is a subject? All right, I've given you a hint in the last session. I'll tell you more about it. So let's talk about has, have. Again, one hint you already know. If a helping verb is taking s in the end, it will be taking singular. Same case with has. Has means he has, she has, it has, Hina has. Okay. Have means you have, we have, they have, Hina, Ram, Shyam have, right? But I also is taking have. Yes, that is an exception. In the case of has or have, I is an exception. He, she, it, any singular name will come with has. I, we, you, they, any plurals will come with have. I is an exception here, all right? Have you ever seen I has? No, right? I have. That is always true. That's the case here also. So I have. All right? We're done with has or have when it comes to, this pronouns. But when do we use has or have? Okay, I know that I can use have with I can use has with he, but when? What are the case? Which tense? Where? So for example, you sent me your homework, or I asked you, have you done your homework? You said, oh, I have just finished my homework. That means a work that is completed, that has been completed in recent past. So when an action is completed in recent past, that means just now, just like past 5 minutes ago or just now, yeah, but it's done. Just now, but it's done. Or it started in past, right, and it finished in recent past, recent present, I would say. That is when we use has or have. Like, have you finished your homework? I just finished my homework. I have finished my homework. You can use has, have in such cases also when you started an action in past, but there is some impact is left in present. Right? Like, I have finished my homework, but my teacher has not checked the homework yet. So the impact is left, right? Recent past, started in past, finished in recent past, but the impact is also there in present. That is when we use has, have. It is used in perfect tense, all right? So it is both connected with past and present. Don't worry, don't get confused. Let me give you some examples. I have cooked food. That means I'm done with the cooking part. Maybe people have not eaten yet, but I'm done. I have cooked food. Okay. I have done my laundry. That means I've washed my clothes. Done washing my clothes. Okay. They're not dried yet, but I'm done washing my clothes. Okay. He has completed his assignment. He has completed his assignment, started in past, finished also, but maybe the impact is still there. As a teacher, he has not submitted to his teacher has not checked. Okay, so whenever you use sentences like usne kar diya hai, that means from the example you understand that it started in past, it has finished now, or it's done now but started in past. That is when you will use has or have. Okay, with what you will use, you already know. He, she, it, right? You, we, they are, all of that. You, we, they, and plural, singular, plural. Okay, so I hope you're clear with has, have. Try to form more sentences. See, I have explained to you about is, are, was, were, has, have. Now what you have to do, you have to form more sentences, so that by sentences you can gain more clarity about these things, because I'm gonna take you to tenses very soon. Okay, so you're clear till then, till now? Very good, perfect. Now, because I teach you a lot about pronouns and they're acting as subject, which subject will take has, which subject will take have, do you want to know more about subject? How will you identify a subject in a sentence? Let me give you 3 amazing hints that maybe no one has ever given you. First of all, a subject is the doer of something. A subject is someone that is doing or performing the action. If I am the subject, I am speaking. So speaking is the action. Who is doing? Who is performing the action? I, right? So subject is always the doer of the action, performer of the action. Okay. Second thing, a subject is always either noun or pronoun. For example, Hina is talking. Hina is noun. I am talking. I is pronoun. So subject is always a noun or a pronoun. Anyone. But always a noun and pronoun. Performer, doer, noun or pronoun. Last, a subject gives the answer of who or what in a question. Boom. Let me tell you how. Hina is talking. Can you ask a question? Who is talking? Hina is talking. It's giving the answer of who, right? So it will give the answer of who or what in the sentence. If you change your sentence in a question form, that is when you can identify a subject. So your subject is a subject only when it fulfills all 3 conditions. What are those 3 conditions? Noun or pronoun, doer or performer of the action will give the answer of who or what, right? Let us understand with some examples. Ram slapped her. Oh my God. If I turn it into question, I will ask, who slapped her? Answer of who? Ram. Ram is a noun. 2 conditions are fulfilled. Who is performing the action? Ram, of course. All the 3 conditions are fulfilled. Subject. Done, right? Easy. So you don't have to feel confused that, okay, I is a subject, he's a subject. Why is it a subject? Now you know why is it a subject, and in what conditions it is a subject or object. I'll talk about object in future videos, don't worry. In the next video, I'll give you a major hint on object also. But right now, you have to revise everything that we have done. How are you going to revise it? You're going to form at least 2 sentences on is, am, are, was, were, has, have. All right, done. You are going to form 2 to 3 sentences where you will identify your subject by 3 conditions: noun, pronoun, actor, performer, or who and what, the answer of who and what. And once you're done with it, I am bringing the actual tenses in the next video, of course, right? But for that, what do you have to do? Of course, you have to like, share, and subscribe so that I can come back again with tenses. Also, there's one more thing that I want to tell you before I leave for today. Helping verbs covers 80% of your tenses, literally 80%. So you have to practice helping verbs before we reach towards the main tenses, all right? So this lecture is less about listening and more about practice while you're listening, okay? So keep practicing. I will meet you in the next video with exciting tenses. All right, stay with me till then. Bye bye, take care.